Shalom. Kol Halo Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debar, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. Especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, I'm just going to go over just some basic scriptures. As we're in the last days, last times, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, just as a reminder that these secrets are being revealed unto the servants, the prophets, and we're coming into a time of, famine of the word, pestilence, and Esau, Edom, further being revealed for all the wickedness and abominations and dark and wicked philosophies that he's pushed forth in the earth. But just to start, we'll go into the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7. And actually, we'll read verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?" So first and foremost, nothing upon this earth goes without the word or the sanctioning of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So everything that happens on the earth, from the blessings, the curses, to life and death, it all runs through the approval of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And so when those things happen upon earth, you must understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has sanctioned it. But it has been revealed unto his servants the prophets. Verse 7, it says, "Surely Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets." So let's look up secrets. Secret. All right. It says, kept from knowledge or view, hidden. Right? What did Yahweh Shai say unto the disciples? When they asked them, they said, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" He says, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom." So the mysteries of the kingdom of who the Lord's chosen people are, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And that on this side, before the destruction or complete destruction happens, that an elect group, 1/3 will be saved of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right. How that those same men are standing up on their feet, and before the gates, the nobles, or should we say the elite of today's time, the Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the top elite, Amalek, the ones that claim to be the people but are not. Before their face, they're standing they're standing boldly, speaking the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as it tells us in Ezekiel. Standing upon their feet, an exceeding great army. These things are revealed unto his servants, the prophets, these secrets. Okay. It says, working with hidden aims, uncover. Okay. So we'll just stop there as far as, what mystery? Something kept hidden or unexplained, a mystery. Okay. And so it's one of those things that it's in plain sight. Okay. The Lord has closed the eyes of many, but he has given the understanding, the insight to a few. All right. So again, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, "Surely the Lord will do nothing, but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets." And so what are the servants, the prophets, are looking to do? They are speaking the words of the Heavenly Father, and they're bringing forth the judgment, that's going to come, that Yahweh Shai is going to bring. They're speaking the life of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let's the words that I speak. Let's get that. Okay. This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." So, of course, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is coming to bring life and give life more abundantly. Whereas Esau, Edom, in the ways that are contrary or adverse, which is Esau, Edom, the adversary, the devil, is completely adverse. He's bringing forth death. And you can see that through the policies, the unrighteous decrees that he brings forth, like allowing for men on men to be together and be married, women and women being together and being married, putting swine in all in the foods and everything in which you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans eat, from the toothpaste, the water, is being defiled. All the sea life, as far as like the crabs and the shellfish and those things are being sucked out of the water, which helps to cleanse the water. These things Esau Edom is doing, and that brings forth death. There is throwing off the balance, the natural balance of the world. And so the prophets, through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, has been given the spirit to actually speak upon those things and decipher and bring that, filter it, through the scriptures. There's one that came to mind. So, of course, before judgment, with even of 2/3 of our people and even of Esau Edom in this nation, these things have to be revealed, so that there is no confusion as to why judgment is happening, because it tells us that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not the author of confusion. So here's one here in Proverbs chapter 26, verse 26. It says, "Whose hatred is covered by deceit." So Esau Edom, he's a proud man, and he is full of lies and wickedness. All right, the double speak, the double speech, saying one thing and meaning another. And so this is Esau Edom's, one of his MOs. One thing that is how he is as a character. His character says, "Who hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation." So, for like example, there have been many lakes that we're finding. Like one, for example, Lake Lanier. That's just one example of many lakes that were towns of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And through Esau Edom covetous practices, wanting that land, his inordinate desire to have something, he aided in destroying and getting the so-called blacks moved out of that country, out of that land. And then, of course, over time, he filled it with water, and now they have lakes. It's called Lake Lanier, and you can look that up. And that's one of many things in which Esau Edom has done through his hatred. We talk about things like the Tuskegee experiment, whereas, when you look it up, it was purposely telling hundreds of so-called black men, women and children, but I remember reading about the men who would deny or wouldn't get physicals or services, or couldn't afford services from hospitals and clinics. But then they came into the city, and they came in with the mindset of, oh, we're going to give you healthcare or some type of service, but yet they were injected with a disease. So if you can look that up, the Tuskegee experiment, and that'll explain that would be a hatred that's covered by deceit. Okay, and you come to find out that many had died and many were sick, and this is something that we're just not bringing this up. It's the truth. Okay, this isn't anything that we just pulled out of thin air. This is something that you can look up and you can find. And it says, and his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. And how is it shown? You know, it is shown through his TV media. It is shown through his own people speaking against him. Let me get that. His own tongue. This is the book of Psalm 64, verse 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So it's starting to be revealed even by their own people of how they're being done. Right? Well, even when they talk about the border system, you know, the migrants coming over the borders. See, years back, it was this big old push and big old fight, you know, against people coming over the borders into the Americas. Now, as we're in these last days, it's as if the gates have been open and the people are just flooding in, and they're getting subsidies and things, even much more over the people that has been here for several years, who has lived here and are current residences. And so this is bringing a divide and a division amongst the country. But their own people, you know, you see in through YouTube, TikTok, and different media platforms, Facebook, their own people are actually seeing these things and they're speaking out against it. Okay. But of course, you know, the true ones would be the prophets. All right. So let me go back to this. There was that one in okay, this is the book of Hosea chapter 6 verse 5. It says, therefore have I hewn them by the prophets. So when you go hewed, that's like if I'm just going off the top of my head, it's like a cutting instrument, right? To cut down. So I'm gonna look it up anyway. Hewed, all right, and it says to cut with blows of a heavy cutting instrument, to cut down by blows of an axe, to give form or shape, to with or as if with heavy cutting blows. All right. So how are the prophets, and Lord willing, I'm considered as such to be in the stead, the prophets, like I said, like Paul has mentioned, the prophets are subject unto the prophets, roughly paraphrasing. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. I'm going to read this again. Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. It says, therefore I have hewn them, okay, cut them by the word, by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth. Okay. And so the prophets you'll find are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He says, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. So the judgments that are going to go is going to go forth, you know, and it's going to be spoken first. The Lord sends forth the prophets to speak these things, and when he sends forth the prophets, then judgment comes. Okay, that's why when Samuel came amongst the people back in the days, in ancient times, Samuel would come before the people, and they would say, "Hey, come thou peaceably," because when the prophets were shown in those times, they weren't coming with all the time with good news. Now, in these last days, yeah, the good news, the good report, the good things that are coming out is that Israel, the elect, will be saved, and the elect will be protected from all the said judgments that are to come, especially those again that are cleaving to the truth, the true power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and his true name, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. This is the book of, I want to get this, the book of Hebrews. Just a moment. Hebrews chapter, let me see. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. It says, the word of the Most High is quick. So as we look, when we say Yahweh Shai in John 6:63 says, the Spirit of the Lord is quick, right? The Spirit, that quickeneth, right? So the word is the Spirit, right? And it quickeneth, right? It makes alive. So it says, the word of the Lord is quick. This is Hebrews 4:12, and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit. So that's the cut, because these scriptures cut into, it goes straight through the bone and marrow and hit the spirit, okay? And what does it do? It's piercing asunder the soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when the scriptures come out, it cuts and it discerns where people's minds and who they truly are. Discerner. See if I can get that real quick. Just a moment. Discerner is to detect with the eyes, to detect with senses other than vision. Okay, so when the word is being spoken, you notice it tells in the last days scoffers shall come. So when the word is spoken, and though the men of the Lord are in the secret places, people seem to still come and want to speak against the ways of the Heavenly Father and the men that He sent. And like the scriptures say, I will give you teachers according to His heart, to His heart, that will feed you with knowledge and understanding, roughly paraphrasing. And so you have people who will come, who will fight so hard against the Israelites, those that are on the highways and the byways preaching the kingdom to come. And yet when there's other wickedness that's going on upon the earth, whether it be dealing with the popes and the Catholic Church and the crimes and things that are happening to the young children, whether it be the trafficking that's been going on all throughout the earth, things that gets put out in the media of certain celebrities or certain top elites and politicians, and then you hear about it once and then you don't hear about it again. But then you get something like a Kanye West or R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, and for some reason they speak on it for months after months. So these things, the Lord is not, He's not unbalanced. He's not unjust. So we know that these are the things that I just spoke on, is that Esau looks to hide himself, and he puts forth you so-called blacks, Hispanics, in the forefront to be the head of many of these things that happens upon the earth, especially when it comes to what I just spoke about before. You have young children and women that are being trafficked or assaulted of some forms, and you have this thing been done and been happening, and it's been a historical thing but for these particular people. When you look back, even in the time, I believe like Caligula, like in Rome, these high elites and what they would do with the people. I'm gonna end with this last one, this last scripture. It says, Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 10. He says, "But I have made Esau bare; I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." So now he's at the point where he can't hide himself. He has destroyed the earth. He has made the people are mourning, which it tells you when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. So everything is that's happening is coming back to him as being the main culprit. Okay, the one that's mainly to blame. Of course, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had given this earth unto him, as it says in Job 9:24. The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, and so it says his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right, so just wanted to show that again, the secrets of Esau Edom was being revealed, and his kingdom, his is going to fall soon and really soon. So I hope that this lesson is edifying to the body. And before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say, Shalom.